Guys, it's happening. I'm wearing the hijab. I'm wearing the hijab for Ramadan. I feel like this was the right moment to do it this Ramadan. My heart has been feeling it. It just felt right. It really felt right. There's a lot of reasons why, but I think one of them is just to document this moment right here for myself, to look back at it and be like, Dee, do you remember that time? Do you remember that time? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go back there. But no, it is an incredible decision that I've made, and I really hope that it continues. I don't know. A big caveat is I don't know if I will be, you know, wearing this after Ramadan, but Islam is all about steps. It's all about taking the right steps, and you know, I'm not saying at all like, oh, I should take my time with it, because I know this is mandatory. I know this is something that I need to do. But it's just something that I'm planning to inshallah do in the future, but one step at a time, like me and my friend loves to say. One step at a time, for real. Growing up, I actually loved wearing the hijab. My parents, especially my mum, like Hoya Ma'an, never forced me to wear the hijab. I was never like, I mean, she obviously wanted me to wear it, but there was no enforcement. Like if I didn't wear it, it wasn't like you're gonna get beaten up, or there wasn't any negative consequences. It was always like, she always wanted to, I guess, like encourage me to wear it. So things that she would normally do, she still does this till this day. She'll be like, oh, you look so beautiful, look, wow, like God will like love you for wearing it, like just encourage me to wear it. And I think that's why I had such a natural love for it. Like it was just part of me. It was something that I chose, and like something that I felt very comfortable in. As I got older, I continued wearing it throughout secondary school. Then I went to college, and I made a big switch, guys. I went to college and I made a big switch to wearing the hijab to now wearing the jilbab, which is a very interesting like transition. And it was something, again, like my mom was even a bit like, wow, like you're wearing the jilbab. Like she wasn't like mad at it, but she was a bit like, oh, because my mom isn't typical Somali woman that wears like the big jilbabs anyway. She likes to wear skirts, and she likes to be a bit more vibrant with the, sorry guys, I'm gonna be doing this a lot where I'm just moving my hijab because I don't have a pin. But anyways, hold on one sec. How does that look? I think that looks okay, no? I think that is okay. Came to my college days, I was wearing the jilbab, and my mom was like, right, okay, this is interesting. Now looking back at this journey, I really realized that the reason I wore my jilbab was a form of resistance. Like I studied politics as well. So I would wear it as a form of resistance, as a form of political awareness, that this was the time where Islamophobia was on the rise, you know, and this was my political statement. And I was really proud of my faith back then. However, I must say, during that time as well, I was definitely more judgmental. Let's admit that. I'm admit that right now. And I felt the need to judge people for wearing trousers, which is a lot. It's giving. I was very much like watching a lot of, you know, a very aggressive scholar. Yeah, I was definitely in that route, but I think what made me survive to not go into a very dark hole was politics, education. And I know I'm going to say this very controversially, but poetry and music. I am a singer, and I think writing the sheets and music and being political, understanding socialism really helped me not go into that path of like negativity. If that makes sense. I know obviously Allah saved me, period. Like Allah saved me from that, but there was a lot of factors I think that potentially helped me not gauge into a more radical route. Then came university, and that's when things started shifting for me. I went to a uni that really taught us about Africa. I was around a lot more African people. And naturally, I started to embrace my Africanness, which meant that I like to express myself. Even during the jilbab period, guys, I would be expressing myself. Like, I know there's a couple of like Islamic brands in the UK that are very much streetwear. But let's keep it a buck. Somali girls not me, I'm just saying the Somali girls have been rocking streetwear and hijab for decades. And so the Somali community really were about that. And I think I was always expressing myself, even through the jilbab and wearing the hijab. It was a lot of things, as I mentioned, like a lot of it was embracing my Africanness, embracing my hair. I was like, raw, like, man's got afro, I can do box braids. And like, I've always been a very expressionable person. Literally, guys, even till this day, like within a month, I've got about 3 different hairstyles. I could be in cornrows, I could be in box braids, I could be in weave. Like, I love to switch up my hair. So it was just a natural thing. But to be really honest as well, and not to be like, oh my God, I just wanted to express myself. It definitely was dunya related thing. I stopped wearing it because I was shook of people judging me for wearing the hijab. I thought that, you know, wearing the hijab will not get me to places that I want to get to in life because of Islamophobia. But that's all dunya. Why am I doing that? And it's true, like, I have to be honest about that and like say those were the reasons why. Do you know what's really interesting? I even tested this out. I went on an internship for a think tank because I was doing a lot of political stuff. Like, I studied politics at uni, and one of the internships was a thought think tank, which is essentially like where people write policy and they talk about what's going on in the world, and they kind of, I guess, recommend to government and to organizations of how they should function. I think I did that. And guys, when I tell you, like, I remember going to that interview not wearing the hijab. I got the role. Then I said, I'm gonna rock up with a turban and a bit of hijab. The way people were judging me, I was like, raw. So this is like, I'm never ever gonna, obviously there's successful hijabis, like, but this is the time where I was like, raw, like, people are going to judge me, and this is actually a bit mad. So I just stopped wearing the hijab for job prospect reasons. The fact that I was embracing my Africanness, but also I did experience Islamophobia as well, very young. Being called the N-word, but also being called a terrorist was very like, it definitely, like, I don't want to be, oh my God, it shaped me, I must want it, but like, it really, like, that was my first ever experience. And as much as I was like, shut up, and I was like gunning for him back, deep down I was shaken. Like, I was a young kid, like, and I think just being able to feel a little bit accepted was something that I wanted to do. And finally, the reason why I stopped wearing it was my sins. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there was a lot of reasons, but I think one of the biggest reasons is we all are sinners as Muslims, but I feel like I was sinning to the point where it felt wrong for me to wear the hijab. That sounds mad, innit? Like, and alhamdulillah, like, I don't do that anymore, and I'm so proud of myself for like stop doing that, because it really did like shape the reason why I didn't wear the hijab back then. And we're young kids, we do you know what I mean? But for me, I felt like the hijab is a uniform. No, I don't think all hijabis are perfect or whatever, but I do think that when you wear the hijab, especially for me, this is just my personal opinion, for me, wearing the hijab means I have to, I'm human and I make mistakes, but for me, wearing the hijab is like, I'm representing Islam. And yes, we're not perfect, but doing naughty things publicly, it's enough. For me, I cannot. But if that's your ministry, that's your ministry. I'm not judging you for it, because Allah is the most merciful. But for me, I just couldn't do it. That's just my thing. So I personally, that was my boundary, I guess, with it, was like, I didn't want to wear the hijab knowing that I was doing naughty stuff. So there was a lot of reasons to why I stopped wearing it. And I think that university period is a very testing period. And now I'm in this place again where I feel like when I started to relearn Islam, really like look back in the Quran, embrace it and see it in a different lens. Because I think the lens that I used to see it in was a very non-Islamic, harmful lens. And now I see Islam for what it is, a merciful religion, a religion that is just about trying your best and like being kind to people, being kind to everyone, like being a good person, having your boundaries, of course, but like just being a good. And I think back in the days to be like, oh my god, but if you wear hijab, like you're superior, like that was the flex. I'm really excited to see if I do continue to wear it, how I feel wearing it. I'm getting stares already. But also like big up the hijabi sisters, guys. Like you guys are literally amazing. But yeah, guys, may Allah make it easy for me. Really excited to be wearing the hijab again. I know my mom's gonna be very proud. She's probably gonna be like, oh my god, look, he's gonna be I'm gonna insert this TikTok video of my mum reaction to me just wearing the hijab on WhatsApp. I'm gonna insert it now.
Sending my Somali mother pics of me wearing the hijab. Her reaction is so funny and cute.
مرايد اسكو فيري هاد مركا عبايتا قمارد اسكو قرحون سو خيرتي هاد اسكو سو فيري قمارك اسكو سو فيري مايا هوي مايا والله العدينا قاوناشدا إلهي كا إلاليو أيوة سبحانه يكسو هنوني
Guys, she is so funny. But yeah, I am just really excited about this journey in Ramadan. Let's see how it feels. I do feel beautiful in it, but that's not the reason why we should be wearing it. But I do feel like a sense of like, oh, and also I like to be dressed. I always love dressing modestly anyway, so this is good. Let me know if any of you guys are wearing the hijab or considering to wear the hijab for Ramadan this year. How is it going? And also like for the hijabis out there that used to be non-hijabis to hijabis, like what made you want to wear the hijab again? Of course we should wear it for Allah, that's facts, that's period. But I would love to know what your reasons were for wearing the hijab again. So yeah, please comment and let me know. I hope that everyone has an incredible Ramadan. And yeah, thanks for watching.